Sky play. It'll be Eastern Washington that controls the opening tip, and they will go from right to left. Tyrese Davis, second on the team in assists, only behind Angelo Allegri. A lot of wings on the floor for Eastern as Steele Venners loses the handle on it right away. Eastern Washington commits 15 turnovers per game. The Grizz catch and shoot right away from Lonell Martin. That right wing three won't go. Rebound hauled in by Tyrese Davis, and we're off the gates and running. 30 seconds in. Both teams already with an aggressive drive. Ethan Bryce, 6'10", 230-pound sophomore. Shot floated up and in for the Eagles, and they're on the board first. They want to go fast. That's Angelo Allegri. Came to Eastern by way of UNC Greensboro, where he spent 3 years and played in 97 games. Grizz, their leading scorer of the last three contests, and Bannon kicks it outside. That three-pointer just off the mark. Rebounded by the Eagles and back the other way. Eastern Washington has controlled the glass very well this year. Second best in the Big Sky. They +5 rebounding margin. Good crowd is nestled in for this Big Sky opener. Ethan Price has it over on the right wing, defended by Deshaun Thomas. Shot clock goes under 10. Allegri with the drive. Kicks out in the corner. Three on the way and good. And that's Tyrese Davis making his entrance felt in Big Sky play. Came over from Jacksonville. Actually didn't play in the team's last non-conference game. A blowout win over Northwest Indian College. Back and ready to go. 9 points per game for him. Grizz with an aggressive take, and Brandon Whitney misses it the other way. So the Grizz have misfired on their first 3 attempts from the floor. Facing an early 5-point deficit on defense now as Allegri will throw outside to Ethan Price. Ball batted in the passing lane. Price goes down to the ground, needs some help, maybe a travel. Instead, it's going to be a tie-up. And the Grizz will take the possession. Good job by Anand Moody to get down in there. This isn't the first Big Sky game, of course, for Anand Moody. Playing in his 104th career game. You get a look at the tussle down there. The Grizzly coaching staff wanted to travel. Ethan Price did not move his feet, so Anand Moody just held that one up. And it'll be Grizzly basketball. Looking for their first points, trailing 5-0 as Josh Bannon at the free throw line. A bounce out to the left, and Brandon Whitney. Whitney, his 4 games in December, has been remarkable. 78% shooting from the floor. Bannon kicks outside. Whitney will wind up for 3 off the right side of the rim. No. Brandon Whitney, not much of a three-point shooter, just 2 for 11 now on the season. Grizz still scoreless, 2 minutes into this one. Eagles have jumped out to an early 5-0 lead. Steele Venners drive and kick outside of the perimeter. Venners had his season-low performance, only 5 points against Montana in the last game these two played, but he takes it aggressively to the hole and draws the foul. This foul is going to be on Brandon Whitney, and foul trouble for this Montana team this year in particular is going to be fascinating to watch because everybody knows how much they rely on their starters. As you get a look, Brandon Whitney, not much contact there underneath. If anybody gets into foul trouble, having to mix up the rotations a bit, that'll certainly affect Montana. Steele Venners to the free throw line. Sterling in that regard, 88% at the line for Steele Venners. Led the team last year, was 6th best in the country, shooting 44% from beyond the arc. He was an all-Big Sky performer, preseason all-Big Sky this year as well. Makes the second free throw, and it's a 7-0 spurt for Eastern to start this game. Grizzlies were the ones that got out to a big lead against Gonzaga in their final non-conference game, 20-10. Had Mark Few having to call a timeout early, about 8 minutes into that one. Grizz looking for some scoring here, and it's Anand Moody rattling home a 3 to get it started. Takes nearly 3 minutes, but Anand Moody connects on his 22nd made three-pointer of the year, and the Grizz are on the board trailing 7-3. Here's Ethan Price, gets the ball batted away. Another turnover for the Eagles. Grizz with a 3-on-2 break. Bannon just led Anand Moody too much. In fact, it looked like that Moody wanted to stay outside to shoot a 3. Bannon thought he was cutting in for the layup. A little bit of confusion there. It's been a number we haven't talked about much, but the Grizzlies, in a rarity, have a negative turnover margin, and actually the 3rd worst turnover margin in the Big Sky Conference. Not something you normally see under a Coach DeCure squad. We'll see if that balances out in Big Sky play, with Montana trailing 7-3. In our first 4-minute segment here of this game with some movement down low, and Lonell Martin Jr. will take the charge. Goes back the other way. Ethan Price, the guilty party, and back over to Montana with 16:33 to go. Lonell Martin Jr. has been the guy that is willing to do the dirty work for this team. Early Providence scoreboard update from over in Cheney. The Lady Grizz leading Eastern Washington 10-6. Montana comes in 4-7. Eastern Washington, a great non-conference. They started out 7-3. So it's Moody on the left wing as the Grizz look to settle in. Moody took the lid off the basket with his first bucket. To the right wing and Brandon Whitney. Whitney looking to feed the post. They do. Bannon going to work on Casey Jones. Spin move in the paint. Drop step for Bannon. And it's good enough for him to draw a foul with 16:09 to go. And free throws on the way. The official that called that was Greg Nixon. And in a weird twist from a scheduling standpoint, he actually called the Gonzaga game in Montana's previous performance. And here in Missoula, 8 days later, it's the longest break the Grizzlies get of the year and the longest Christmas break under Coach DeCure. 9 years at the helm. First free throw good from Josh Bannon. Montana, 78%. That's 11th best in the country. Looking to break their own school record in 3 consecutive seasons, the free throw line. Bannon has certainly done his part. An 81% foul shooter as broadcaster's jinx strikes again. He misses the second one. Grizz have pulled within 3. 7-4, nearly 4 minutes into this one. Is getting the ball up top is Ethan Price, freshman of the year a season ago. One of the more talented players that Eastern has ever signed. That was a quote from David Riley, part of his first recruiting class. Price has it outside, an open look for 3 off the front of the rim, though, and rebounded on the weak side by Auden Moody. Grizz versatile with who they have, can bring up the basketball as Jackson Knapp will be the first sub in tonight. Deshaun Thomas gets a post touch, back outside to Auden Moody. No look pass to the right wing and Josh Bannon. Bannon back to Moody. Great shot fake. Moody drive and kick, finds Whitney on the left corner with 10 to shoot. Outside Moody, another great shot fake. Finds Thomas in the corner. His 3 up and good. And the Grizz have responded with a 7-0 spurt after Eastern started the game with 7 points of their own. So we're all tied up at 7. The Grizz been great from beyond the perimeter here in December as their offense is certainly escalated a bit, averaging 80 points per game in the 4 games here in the month of December. Price with a lot of action early. Another look against Deshaun Thomas, and Deshaun Thomas called for the foul. That'll bring us to our first timeout. With 14:58 to go in the opening half, we're all tied up at 7 from Missoula. This is Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield and on ESPN+.
At Blackfoot Communications, for 120 years, Mercedes-Benz vans have been built, upfitted, and ready to go. Because we believe dreams should never stay that way.
True story. Statement games can make or break championship resumes.
This is not a final exam. This is a midterm.
It's a top 10 showdown and a clash of old school blue bloods. Experience the SEC Big 12 Challenge doubleheader Saturday on ESPN.
Hey, Grizz fans, make sure to come visit us at Finn. It's the home for the Grizzly Coaches Show beginning this Tuesday at noon and happening all season long. As we welcome back into Missoula, 14:58 to go in this first half. Eastern Washington scored the first 7 points of the game. Montana has responded with 7 points of their own. A questionable foul call on Deshaun Thomas going into the timeout, and you can certainly see why. Deshaun Thomas was saddled with foul trouble against Gonzaga, where he picked up 2 fouls in the opening 3 minutes. It's a bit of a ghost for the first half, but then just erupted in the second half. He had 14 points. Ethan Price makes the first free throw. He's an 80% free throw shooter. Both of these teams historically have been good at the line. The Eagles have struggled a little bit this year by their standards as Price leaves the second one short. 8-7, 5 minutes in. Again, a good crowd. Missoula knows that Big Sky Conference play a little bit different as they've settled in here on this Thursday night. Hope everyone has been having a great holiday season. New Year coming up. Deshaun Thomas stepping into a 3. This one left short and rebounded by Angelo Allegri. Stands at 6'7", 5 rebounds, 3 assists per game. He just stuffs the stat sheet. Over to the right wing, finding Casey Jones, the most improved player from a year ago for David Riley's squad. Steele Venters, the standby. He's got it on the left wing, out of balance a little bit. We'll throw it in the corner to Davis. Davis with 8 to shoot. Jackson Knapp freshly into the game for Montana defending. Shot clock ticks down to 5. Allegri has to create 1 to shoot. Forces a shot up and doesn't get the roll. Rebounded by Deshaun Thomas for Montana. Grizzlies pushing pace. trailing by 1, 14 minutes to go in this first half. Brandon Whitney over to Jackson Knapp. Knapp played great minutes against Gonzaga. And this shot up and good as Jackson Knapp gets going early. And Montana has their first lead of the game at 10-8 for Jackson Knapp. Just his third made three of the season. He was 2 for 5 in the non-conference. Grizzlies really hoping he can emerge, and they love the upside. Had a great run a couple minutes against Gonzaga. Here's a foul on Jackson Knapp this time as Tyrese Davis will shoot two. DG Nelson with the call, and already hearing it from the home faithful. 13:32 to go. The Eagles will go back to the free throw line for two. More on Jackson Knapp. He hasn't scored more than 6 points in a game, but his minutes have slowly started to increase. First 5 games of the year, he averaged just 6-7 minutes per game, but over the back half of non-conference play, he nearly doubled that, playing in 12 to 13 minutes per contest, being more of a fixture in this rotation where the Grizzlies desperate for bench production for Montana. In their last 4 games combined, they have a total of 22 bench points is all. They've had 10 or fewer bench points in 5 straight games. First free throw was good from Davis, a 78% free throw shooter. The second good as well, and we're deadlocked at 10. Certainly the premier matchup on opening night in Big Sky play. We'll keep you posted on all the other ones. As the Grizzlies break the light pressure, they have numbers now. Bannon attacking the rim from the right side. He draws the foul. And so a lot of action, early shot clock. That normally isn't Montana's style, but if they're going to give them a numbers advantage, as you can see, Jackson Knapp pushed the pace. Great pass up the floor. Bannon was fouled, so he'll shoot two. Grizzlies with a couple subs in, Jackson Knapp and Mac Anderson. First 2 in this one. Bannon goes back to the free throw line for the second time. His first one is up and good. The decade of dominance, the last 8 years since Coach DeCuire took over. These are the top 2 winningest Big Sky programs. Montana 103 wins, Eastern Washington 101. Those are Big Sky games, of course. Bannon bending his knees in the second free throw, off the mark. So a 2 of 4 start early from Bannon at the line. The Eastern has not made a shot from the floor in over 5 minutes. 11-10, Grizzlies with the lead. Good pass down low to Steele Venters, and a touch foul called now on Brandon Whitney. Whitney whistled for his second. And that's a game changer. Lonell Martin will come back into the game, but for Brandon Whitney, someone that shut down Steele Venters to just 5 points in the game here in Missoula last year. Steele Venters averaged 17 per game. It's held to only 5. Big reason why Montana was able to sneak out a 2-point win, a low-scoring game. It was certainly played at Montana's pace and style a year ago. Davis cut off by a double team outside. With it, fresh in the game, Eric Struck, 2 to shoot. Down low, they will find the seldom used Cedric Coward, and Coward gets an and one. Lonell Martin whistled for the foul. Coach DeCuire is fired up. As Cedric Coward, he's the current Big Sky Conference Player of the Week. Just into the game after his second triple-double. His first triple-double. But the second ever in Eastern Washington history as Coward misses this one. A D3 transfer. And the current Big Sky Conference Player of the Week. His role has certainly emerged even more, and Josh Bannon is called for the travel the other way. So tough sequence for Montana. They trail 12-11 with 12:44 to go in this first half. It's the second giveaway against the Grizzlies. 4 early turnovers for Eastern Washington. As they have the basketball now, Tyrese Davis, second on the team, 9th in the league in assists. It's a 2-man attack as far as passing the ball between Allegri and Davis for the Eagles. Steele Venters, a contested drive, misses the shot, rebounded in midair by Casey Jones. Second chance for Eastern, into the game. Cedric Coward, down low, they will turn it with Dane Eric Strupp. Missed the shot. Outside they go. Casey Jones. A lot of time to shoot. And a tie-up whistled. The Grizzlies playing good defense on that and very herky-jerky a bit. The Grizz will have some subs into the game. Laulu Oki will make his first appearance. For Laulu, a season-high 15 minutes in the game at Gonzaga. Had a couple of great turns in the rotation. His role hoping to increase as he adjusts even further to Big Sky Conference play. Cedric Coward, a sophomore out of Fresno. Kicks it back to the top of the key, and Tyrese Davis, shot clock under 5. Davis has to drive on Jackson Knapp, turns around from a couple feet away, missed everything with a rebound by Laulu Oki, and the Grizz are in business. Slowing things down as they will center the basketball on and Moody. Goes to the right side of the floor, Montana trailing by 1. Scoring has slowed down a bit after Montana was on a 7-0 run and a foul called up top. It will go against Eastern Washington and lead us to a timeout. 11:41 to go in the first half, but the Eagles leading the Grizz 12-11. This is Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield and on ESPN+.
Blackfoot Communications.
A promise is a trust not to be broken, whether spoken with an oath or sealed with a pinky. And after 100 years, we're still taking care of the military community.
No two dreams are the same. But there is one van equipped to handle them all. For over 120 years, Mercedes-Benz vans have been built, upfitted, and ready to go. Because we believe dreams should never stay that way.
Melbourne, you are amazing. The Kia Arena is rocking. If you love tennis, you're loving this.
The Australian Open.
Montana 811 reminds you to know what's below. Call, click, or tap before you dig anytime, anywhere. On a Thursday night here in Missoula, we welcome you back in. Nate Michaels producing our ESPN Plus broadcast, and Bobby Blackburn back in our radio studios. Riley Corcoran, happy to be with you. Big Sky opener, and the first time under Coach DeCure, the Grizz are opening with Eastern Washington. Of the 8 previous Big Sky openers, Grizz actually opened with Northern Arizona 4 times. They opened a road game against Sacramento State last year. Their lone loss came in the COVID year where they lost to Southern Utah by a point. But for the Grizzlies, looking to improve to 8-1 in Big Sky openers under Coach DeCure. They trail by 1 early on. Stat that has popped out: Eastern Washington already with a +5 edge on the glass against the Grizzlies. On and Moody out of the timeout. Catch and shoot 3 off the mark. No, but a foul called on the rebound. And we'll go against Eastern. As Dion Stroud, senior, into the game, transfer by way of Fresno State, spent 2 years at his hometown school, spent a year at UTEP as well, but he's into the contest, averages 6 points per game, called for the pushing foul. Grizz making subs, Josh Bannon back in, Jackson Knapp will take a seat. 11:30 to go in this first half. It's a 7-0 run for the Eagles to start. Grizz responded with 7. We've gone back and forth since then. Ronell Martin Jr. to the right side, Eastern switching up their defense. 8 to shoot. Laulu Oki on the left corner. Outside Martin in rhythm for 3. This one left short. Oki fighting for the rebound. He hit it out of bounds, and it will go over to the Eagles. It's been interesting for Montana. 8 of their 9 shots have come from three-point range. They have only attempted 1 shot from inside the arc early on. Trailing by a point, nearly halfway home in the first half. Allegri, lefty, winds up his 3 off the mark, but chasing down the rebound is Eric Struck. Big 6'10" sophomore out of Chandler, Arizona. Back outside to Stroud, and Eastern will reset their offense, leading 12-11. Both teams shooting just 30% from the floor. Here's a wide open 3-point try. Won't go from Ethan Price, but the putback is good from Dane Eric Struck. He's a transfer from Cal Poly Pomona, a D2 school, his first year at Eastern, averaging just 5 points per game, coming off his first career double-double. He's got the putback bucket. And the Eagles with a chance to extend this lead. It's Montana now that's went on a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes. And starting to become in foul trouble. That was the first on and Moody, but 6 fouls whistled against Montana. And the free throw good as well. So Eastern leads it 15-11. For the 5 that are out there for Montana, it's Moody, Thomas, Martin, Anderson, and Bannon. Remember, Brandon Whitney picked up his second foul with 13 minutes to go. Moody will try a three from the left corner, and its second one of the night connects for Anand. Pulls Montana within a point. 23rd made three of the year for the senior from Dickinson, North Dakota. Ball is loose. Good effort from Lonell Martin, and an over and back violation called. Greg Nixon with the demonstrative call. Great effort from Lonell Martin Jr., and it's turnover number 5 against the Eagles. That's the effort that could be a mini momentum swing the other direction with 10:15 to go until the first half break. Eastern leads at 15-14. Both of these teams started off very slow. The Grizz 3-5, Eastern 1-4. Both having great Decembers. Built some momentum going into league play. That was a theme throughout the league. If you heard the pregame interviews, most of the teams in the Big Sky had strong endings to non-conference. Lonell Martin Jr. will bounce it into Thomas. A floater from a couple feet away is good, and Montana retakes the lead at 16-15. Eastern wastes no time to get it into the front court. They want to play a transition game. Grizz will try and limit it like they did Gonzaga. Their final non-conference, Allegri step back three, cold-blooded, right in front of Deshaun Thomas. Angelo Allegri, it's a 30% free throw shooter, but knocked that one down. Grizz will look for the answer. Shot left short, and Coward pulls in the board. One of 16 players in the country with a triple-double this season. Allegri gets down to the right block. Good ball movement around the perimeter here for Eastern as Price will contend against Lonell Martin Jr. The ball goes out of bounds. They keep it on this end. Good defense from Lonell, and I'm sure everybody was holding their breath to see if that was going to be another foul, as Martin already has one. Anderson will check out. Jackson Knapp is back in. 9:19 to go in the first half. The Eagles lead 18-16. Teams have traded buckets back and forth, neither team with more than a 4-point advantage. Allegri outside, Price, they work it around the perimeter. Shot clock goes under 10. Great back cut, and Steele Venner scores it. Venner is that size mismatch. 6'7", can play the guard, the forward spot. Scoring over the 6'3" Anand Moody. And the Eagles lead by 4 again at 20-16. Moody circles over to the left side. Josh Bannon has it now. Outside the perimeter, back to Moody. Shot fake for Anand. He's at the free throw line. Good drop off inside Bannon. Two-hand flush is good. Give the credit to Anand Moody there, and a travel the other direction on Dion Stroud. The 6th turnover for Eastern Washington in the opening 11 minutes. Look at this dime from Anand Moody. Dropped it between two defenders. The easy flush for Josh Bannon. The Grizz will look to tie or take the lead on this possession. 8:35 remains in the first half. They trail by 2. Jackson Knapp, freshman, getting a couple of early turns here in this conference opener. They bounce it to the left block. Deshaun Thomas, another floating jumper. This one left short. Rebound hauled in by Ethan Price and cleared for the Eagles. They've out-rebounded Montana 16-6. But Eastern turns it over again and commits the frustration foul with 8:12 to go. His foul's on Allegri. David Riley has to be wondering what's going on with this team and ball security right now. We told you earlier in the game that Eastern, they average 15 turnovers per game, but to already have 7 here in the opening 12 minutes, alarming here on the road. Toughest road trip in the league this year, bar none. Playing at Montana and at Montana State, 2 teams that were in the preseason top 3. Some may say the top 2 in the Big Sky as of right now. Here's Deshaun Thomas trying to use his body to get inside, and they call an offensive foul. And it will lead us to a media timeout as well. Montana 811 reminds you to know what's below. Call, click, or tap before you dig anytime, anywhere. 7:55 to go in the first half. Grizz trail by 2. It's Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield and on ESPN+.
There's this place where you can play.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, every way. That makes you the hero of every purchase. What's in your wallet?
Deals on all smartphones.
That's right.
But what if I'm already a customer?
Oh, no problem. Hey, Cam.
Ah, same deal.
Yeah, it's kind of our thing.
What if I'm new to AT&T?
Cam, can...
Nice.
Hey,
But what about for existing
Same
customers?
deal.
Is he okay?
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone. Get up to $1,000 off on our most popular smartphones with eligible trade-in.
When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the 11th ticket free. I wonder what my 11th will be.
Hey, you're trash!
Living rent-free in a hockey player's head?
Or maybe just make some noise!
To feather your baby, I float. It's hard to look at my resume and not find a reason to toast. I'm counting my blessings. We ain't stressing. Just look at this glow. I got that magic. I'm really prepared for whatever, whenever. So who wants to smoke?
It's NBA Rivals Week on Saturday primetime, beginning at 3 on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Hey, CoverGirls. Let's be simply ageless with America's #1 anti-aging foundation and the Triple Action Concealer to conceal, depuff, and care. And try Simply Ageless Lash Plumping Mascara. Simply Ageless from CoverGirl.
At Blackfoot Communications, we work 24/7 to provide our customers the essential services they need for work.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, every way. That makes you the hero of every purchase. What's in your wallet?
International flavors also different. Original chicken, so magnificent. There is really no equivalent, unrivaled, all three. And BK, have it your way.
Hockey's best hit the beach for the 2023 NHL All-Star Weekend.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
League superstars face off in the skills competitions.
Oh, that's an incredible scene! Wow.
Then, fan favorites compete in the All-Star Game.
Every single year, the event gets better and better.
The NHL All-Star Skills Competition, February 3rd on ESPN. And the NHL All-Star Game, February 4th on ABC. See the league stars shine. The NHL All-Star Weekend.
Every year, the event gets better and better.
The action starts with the skills competition on ESPN. Then it's the NHL All-Star Game on ABC.
Historic franchises collide.
Baby, I float.
LeBron is chasing Kareem. Tatum, a young legend in the making.
I'm counting my blessings. We ain't stressing. Just look at this glow.
Lakers versus Celtics on ABC.
Out of bounds, where teams come together for the love of the sport and continue to play long.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, every way. That makes you the hero of every purchase. What's in your wallet?
New customers get our best deals on all smartphones.
That's right.
But what if I'm already a customer?
Oh, no problem. Hey, Cam.
Same deal.
Yeah. It's kind of our thing.
What if I'm new to AT&T?
Cam, can...
Nice.
Hey, but what about for existing
Same
customers?
deal.
Is he okay?
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone. Get up to $1,000 off on our most popular smartphones with eligible trade-in.
International flavors also different. Original chicken, so magnificent. There is really no equivalent, unrivaled, all three. And BK, have it your way.
Hockey's best hit the beach for the 2023 NHL All-Star Weekend.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
League superstars face off in the skills competitions.
Oh, that's an incredible scene! Wow.
Then, fan favorites compete in the All-Star Game.
Every single year, the event gets better and better.
The NHL All-Star Skills Competition, February 3rd on ESPN. And the NHL All-Star Game, February 4th on ABC.
full strength as Brandon Whitney picked up his second foul with 13 minutes to go, and Deshaun Thomas picked up his second with 8 minutes to go. Montana has their starting five out there on the opening play. They draw it up perfectly, and Lonell Martin passes it to Auden Moody. The back cut bucket is good, and the Grizz lead it by 4 at 41-37. This is the largest lead of Montana's game, but it is short-lived as Eastern Washington, Ethan Price able to counteract with it. This game was played at a very slim margin. Eastern's largest lead was 7. The Grizzlies' largest lead in the first half was 2. Eagles jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Montana answered it, and we've just went back and forth since. 11 lead changes, 6 ties as Deshaun Thomas attacks the rim and lays it in. So the Grizz clearly seeing something early in their first 2 possessions of the game. They attack the bucket. Should say of this second half, they attack the bucket and score it. They lead by 4. Allegri with it on the right wing. Eastern will kick it back outside. Team that only took 9 3-point attempts in the first half. Grizz took them out of their shot selection. Venter's a contested 3 as he goes down to the ground, missed the shot. Rebound hauled in by Lonell Martin Jr. The Grizz come the other way. Lonell trying to feed the post. He does to Thomas. Thomas one-on-one with Casey Jones. Kicks outside. Bannon thought about the 3. Shot fake. Spins around down the left lane. Bannon had everything but the finish. And it's rebounded by the Eagles. Eagles averaging 73 a game. They're right in the middle of the pack in the Big Sky Conference in scoring offense and scoring defense. Trying to back his way down is Allegri. So crafty off the window and good. Angelo Allegri, 145th career game tonight. It's his second year in Cheney for 3 years at UNC Greensboro. Double-figure scoring 10 times on the season. That's the most on the squad. Brandon Whitney, after playing just 6 first-half minutes, outside Bannon, shot fake, and he goes inside to get it batted away. But for Bannon, you have to respect his outside game. In his last 3 games, Josh Bannon is 8 for 9 from three-point range. So have to honor that, use it for the shot fake, and Bannon is using that shot fake effectively as the Grizz turn it over on the inbounds play. Eagles with an open look, and it's Venters not able to cash in the 3. Offensive rebound from Casey Jones, trying to go up. Second chance, Jones missed the shot. Third chance for Jones, still can't get it to go, and Deshaun Thomas hauls in the rebound. Casey Jones missing 3 shots right in front of the rim. He played just 10 first-half minutes due to 2 fouls. Bannon trying to go one-on-one with Jones. Jones goes to the ground. A flop warning will be called after Josh Bannon makes the shot. And Bannon goes down now as well. So let's reset it. It's going to be a flop technical call on Eastern Washington. Bannon finished the play, and then he was hit below the belt. Let's take a look. Watch the contact after the fact here as Bannon scored. And look at that from Ethan Price right on camera. He hits him underneath the belt. And we'll see if this warrants enough for a flagrant foul. We'll see if we can get another look at it as well. As the rebound got pulled in. Should say the shot went in, ball came through, and then Ethan Price had a fist right to Josh Bannon's lower extremities, let's say, as our officials taking a peek. Greg Nixon, Kevin Brill, and DG Nelson. So regardless, it's going to be a 3-point opportunity for Montana. There are no flop warning this year. First year that that's being implemented. If someone goes down to a flop, it's an automatic dead ball technical foul. So a free throw on the way for Montana. Now our officials looking to see if there was more contact that deems a flagrant. All depends on your interpretation for Grizzly coaching staff trying to figure out whether it's enough for a flagrant or not. you're tuning in late, these two head coaches had some words mid-first half. This game always just means a little bit more for both of these teams. And we're going to get one more look at it. And so they're not going to say it's a flagrant, but at the same time, the Grizz will shoot a free throw and try and maintain the momentum with 17:20 remaining. Anan Moody has struggled at the free throw line these last couple of games. He missed 2 against Prairie View A&M. He missed 2 against Gonzaga. And now Moody has missed 2 tonight. So just 1 of 3 at the stripe. Came in at 94% going into the Prairie View A&M game as David Riley, second-year head coach, 24-23, his overall record, just 34 years old. It's already his 12th year at Eastern Washington. Previous 10 years before being the head coach, he was an assistant as well as the director of ops. So back after that delay, the Grizz lead by 4. This match is their largest lead of the contest. Angelo Allegri chases that one down near midcourt. Will find Price and kick outside for 3, and this one is swirled home by Tyrese Davis. A much-needed answer for the Eagles. The second made 3 from Davis. Back to a one-point game, 45-44. Neither team able to create separation here on opening night in Big Sky play. Bannon will find Brandon Whitney down the right lane. Whitney a bit off balance. Now to Martin. Shot clock goes under 10. Moody will spin it in the post on the left wing. Bannon looking to fade away. Outside Thomas. His 3 is good. Great ball movement from Montana. And the 2 big men passing it back and forth. The assist to Josh Bannon and the 3-pointer from Deshaun Thomas. His second made 3 of the evening. The lead back to 4. 48-44 the score. Price. To Davis, 2-man game, 3-pointer taken and missed by Venners. Steele Venners is 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. His last 2 games in Missoula have been forgettable. Just 6 points tonight on 1 of 6 shooting. Grizz up by 4 with the basketball. Bannon, touch pass outside. Thomas will try it again for 3. This one just left short. Rebounded by the Eagles. Trailing by 4 now. Next whistle will take us to immediate timeout. They look to feed it in the post, and Deshaun Thomas nabs it away. Foul will be called on Eastern, and it will lead us to a timeout. With 15:44 to go, the Grizz starting to take some momentum. We'll take a timeout, leading 48-44. This is Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield and on ESPN+.
Blackfoot Communications. We work 24/7 to provide our customers the essential services they need for work, school, or play. Whether you're on a call with a client, playing a late...
Better ingredients, better pizza means that every bite of this slice just keeps getting better. From the first bite to the dunk. And just when you're thinking this slice can't get any better, you get to that epic stuffed crust that's hand-stuffed with cheese.
I'm stoked for this game.
Yeah, look at the size of that line, though.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
With my low E, I can never finish this trending dance.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app. $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. That's my boy.
Hockey's best hit the beach for the 2023 NHL All-Star Weekend.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
League superstars face off in the skills competitions.
Oh, that's an incredible save! Wow.
Then, fan favorites compete in the All-Star Game.
Every single year, the event gets better and better.
The NHL All-Star Skills Competition, February 3rd on ESPN. And the NHL All-Star Game, February 4th on ABC.
From a variety of sellers as well as superior countertops, call Direct Source. They look forward to collaborating with you on their next project. With 15:44 remaining from Missoula tonight, both teams trying to start 1-0 in Big Sky play. It's the Grizz matching their largest lead of the game up 48-44 on Eastern Washington, trying to create a little bit of separation. Montana has made 8 shots from beyond the arc and 8 shots from inside the arc, 8 of 19 from three-point range. 3 of the 4 starters already in double figures. Bannon with 15, 12 from Moody, and 10 more from Deshaun Thomas. Zone defense here from Eastern on this possession. Grizz up by 4. It's Whitney trying to slice and dice down the right lane. No points for Brandon. He was in early foul trouble tonight. Martin will find Bannon. He'll step into a 3 from up top and knock it down. And the 3-point barrage continues. Josh Bannon has made 9 of his last 10 from deep. Grizz with their largest lead of the night, up by 7. 51-44 the score. Harassing defense outside the perimeter and a foul. This one will be on Bannon. It is his first. For Bannon tonight, 18 points, 5 rebounds, and leads the team with 4 assists. This team has relied on the junior. He has just been the leader ever since he has been on campus. Remember, the Grizzlies had that stellar freshman class, but he has been the mainstay, and these Grizzlies have built their team around Josh Bannon. What a great decision that has been. He's just been so consistent. It just seems with regularity. He's on double-double watch tonight. He's on triple-double watch. 18 points, 5 rebounds, and those 4 assists. Inbounds play will go to Jones. He's been quiet tonight. Outside to Price. Price will look to dribble handoff to Allegri. Instead, he goes to the left side, and Tyrese Davis. Davis looks for the step-back 3. He's made a couple tonight. That one was online, but it's a bit too strong. Allegri offensive rebound, tried to bounce it to the left side of the floor. Davis corrals it in the corner, finding Price, 14 to shoot. Davis has it again. He's aggressive. His 3rd attempt at it, no, but a late whistle on Montana. It'll be on Lonell Martin, and free throws will come. Just seemed the Grizz were scrambling on the defensive side. Can see right at the very end, Lonell Martin did get Davis with the arm. So free throws are coming. There's been fewer whistles in the second half compared to the first. It's the second foul on Montana, the second on Lonell Martin Jr. Davis ends the mini 6-0 run the Grizz had. Davis has been in double-figure scoring 6 times in 13 games this year. He just hits 10 points on the night with that made free throw. 3-year starter at Jacksonville. He actually missed the entire 2019 and 2020 season with a knee injury, so persevering. He's went all over from Kansas City. Went to school in Jacksonville, now finding a home in Cheney, Washington. Free throws make it 51-46. Grizzlies with a 5-point edge. Brandon Whitney crosses over, attacks the rim. Whitney stripped out, and we'll stay on this end with Montana, who's upped their shooting percentage up to 47%. These Grizzlies in the month of December have shot it at 55% on average. Martin will trigger the inbounds. The Grizz have all 5 of their starters out there. Bounce into Moody, contested shot. Instead, he'll pass it around. Here's Brandon Whitney, floater in the paint. Whitney leaves it short. Still scoreless in the game for Brandon. Rebounded by Eastern. Allegri, good dump off down low, and the Big Sky Player of the Week, and Cedric Coward scores it. He has 4 points now with 14 minutes remaining. 1-score game at 51-48. Grizz won by 2 points in the matchup here at home against Eastern last year. Outside, Moody's 3-pointer partially deflected. Hauled in by Allegri. He gets into the front court, middle of the floor. Finding Coward. Left side now to Steel Venters. Ball movement around the perimeter. Now they feed it inside. Venters trying to post up Whitney this time. He's on the left block trying to find position. Instead, it's a fadeaway, and Venters cans it. That's an unguardable play from Steel Venters, and why he's one of the top scorers in the Big Sky Conference. He's the Big Sky Player of the Week after erupting for 33 points against North Dakota State. These 2 teams actually have 2 common opponents this year in NDSU and South Dakota State. On and Moody around a screen, finding Thomas wide open. Look for 3, and Deshaun Thomas knows what to do with it. His 3rd made 3 of the night, and the Grizz back in front by 4. Bannon with 18, Thomas with 13, and Moody with 12. 3-pointer for the answer. That one off the mark. Good contest from Bannon. Montana the other way, no numbers. It's Bannon on the right side. Looking to back down Casey Jones. They find Moody off a screen for 3, a bit too strong. Offensive rebound, Bannon. Moody will try it again from distance, and this time he knocks it down. The fourth made three from Auden Moody, and the Grizz lead by 7. And a timeout for David Riley. Coach DeKeer wants this crowd to fire up some more. This is what Big Sky Conference play feels like. There's some new energy in the building. The Grizz know what to do with it. The three-pointer has been the equalizer tonight. 11 made threes from Montana. They lead by 7. This is Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield and on ESPN+.
There's this place where you can play out of bounds, where teams come together for the love of the sport and continue to play long after the game is over.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase every way. That makes you the hero of every purchase.
Hockey's best hit the beach for the 2023 NHL All-Star Weekend.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
League superstars face off in the skills competitions.
Oh, that's an incredible save! Wow.
Then, fan favorites compete in the All-Star Game.
Every single year, the event gets better and better.
The NHL All-Star Skills Competition, February 3rd on ESPN. And the NHL All-Star Game, February 4th on ABC.
At Direct Source, they offer their clients thoughtfully designed cabinets from a variety of sellers as well as superior countertops. Call Direct Source as they look forward to collaborating with you on your next project. Get a look at some of the great buckets and celebrations from Montana as we bring you back from break and welcome you in with 12:25 to go. Montana has matched their largest lead of the game at 7, trying to create a little bit more separation in a game that went back and forth between two teams that don't like each other very much. Shot clock now to 15. Eastern used a timeout, trying to work an offensive set with Steel Venters. Little bounce to the corner. Coward has it. Harassed by Auden Moody with the shot clock under 5. Good move. Coward to the rim, and he lays it up and good. Coward with 6 points. Sophomore and a D3 transfer, the current Big Sky Player of the Week. Lead is 5, 57-52. Josh Bannon at the free throw line, looking for someone to get open. Passes left to Brandon Whitney. Whitney now, no points so far tonight, trying to change that. He's walled off at the right block. Someone needs to help him out. Lonell Martin Jr., 5 seconds left to shoot. Martin outside, Bannon, he'll take another 3 from the left wing and missed everything. One was a bit of a rush shot. Eagles come back the other direction. 11:23 remains. Venters, 8 points, still has not made a 3. Thought about the step back 2, pass it out to the top. Tyrese Davis to the right side and back to Cedric Coward. Coward looks in the post. Allegri, man falls down, and Allegri spins it off the window. So a good timeout from David Riley as Eastern has scored 4 straight points, pulls it back within 3, 57-54. 11 minutes to go from Missoula. Lonell Martin Jr. in rhythm for 3 off of the curl screen. Auden Moody set him up with the pass, and Lonell Martin's into the scoring column after missing his first 3-pointer. He knocks that one down, and the Grizz lead by 6, 60-54. The 12th made 3 of the night. That's a new season high. Inside, Coward doesn't get the roll and leads us to a timeout. Real milk is a nutrient-rich product. It contains 13 essential nutrients from vitamin A to zinc, all of which are important for a healthy immune system and overall wellness. Reach for milk and make every sip count. 10:30 remaining. Grizzly by 6. Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield and on ESPN+.
There's this place where you can play out of bounds, where teams come together for the love of the sport and continue to play long after the game is over.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase every way. That makes you the hero of every purchase. What's in your wallet?
That's the real price. BK, have it your way.
Hockey's best hit the beach for the 2023 NHL All-Star Weekend.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
League superstars face off in the skills competitions.
Oh, that's an incredible scene! Wow.
Then, fan favorites compete in the All-Star Game.
Every single year, the event gets better and better.
The NHL All-Star Skills Competition, February 3rd on ESPN. And the NHL All-Star Game, February 4th on ABC.
Roofing is raising the roof in our community. Find them at rhinoroofingmontana.com. 10:30 left to go from Missoula inside Dahlberg Arena, where the Grizz are playing their first home game in 23 days and just their second home game in a 37-day span. Riley Corcoran on hand. Grizzlies leading at 60-54. They have now relinquished the lead here in this second half after a seesaw battle with 6 ties and 11 lead changes in the first half. Grizzlies led by the three-headed attack of Josh Bannon, Deshaun Thomas, and Brandon Whitney. They have 46 of the team's 60. Out of the timeout, Cedric Coward at the line. Had a nice second half scoring spree. Coward, the Big Sky Player of the Week, a triple-double against Northwest Indian College. It's the second triple-double in Eastern history. Bogdan Bliznyk with the first. There's a look at David Riley, the second-year head coach for the Eagles. Took over for Shante Leggins. 4 successful years at Eastern, now coaching for the Portland Pilots. Eagles last year 18-16. That was good enough for 6th in the Big Sky Conference. They were swept by Montana. Mac Anderson in the game for the Grizzlies, and a bad pass forces the turnover. Davis trying to go coast to coast and said he will drop it off, and Eric Strupp is fouled on his way to the hoop. Mac Anderson will pick up his 3rd foul, and free throws will come. So Montana has led by 7 points a couple of times. It's not been able to break through, and it seems every time they have gotten up by 7, it's been Eastern that has had the answer coming back. It's the 6th turnover against the Grizzlies. You look at the points off of turnovers, though. Eastern has 0 off of Montana's 6 giveaways. Grizzlies with 10 points off Eastern Washington's 11 turnovers. Both free throws are good from Eric Strupp, normally just a 41% free throw shooter. Calmly knocks him down. 2-point game, 60-58. Anan Moody didn't rest for long. He'll come back to the scorer's table. 10 minutes to go with Montana holding on to a 2-point lead. Martin will find Whitney. He'll wind up for 3 from the right wing and knock it down. Brandon Whitney's first points of the game are massive, and they come just under the 10-minute mark to give the Grizzlies a 5-point edge. 63-58. Venters cut off by Whitney. Kicks it in the corner. 3-pointer halfway down, popped out. Good job by Eric Strupp to get back in there. Second chance and a rejection as Josh Bannon comes in, but they say Bannon traveled with it. So Bannon with the rejection got the basketball back, and they said he walked. Let's take a peek at this. A great block, timed it well. Bannon grabbed it, and it's a good call by D.G. Nelson. Now, one would say maybe the contact forced the shuffling of the feet, but Bannon certainly traveled with it, and it goes back over to Eastern Washington. 9:29 remains. Montana up by 5. And the Grizz able to force the turnover. Foul on Eastern. Steele Venters whistled for. Well, team foul number 2. It's the second on Venters. 4 been whistled against Montana. And the whistles have went down here in the second half compared to the first. Vasquez and Anderson, 2 men off the bench looking to contribute as Whitney looks to bounce it to Deshaun Thomas. It's another turnover. Coward thought about the step back, finds Venters cross court. Big possession here with Montana leading by 5. Vasquez grinding in, defending Tyrese Davis. Outside 3 from Coward. That won't go. Davis offensive rebound. Second chance blocked away. Vasquez comes out of the pile. Montana with a brief number advantage. Outside Whitney, inside the arc. Whitney's jumper off the heel of the rim, no. 1 and done, rebounded by Dion Stroud. Eagles down by 5 with the basketball. Stroud to Venters. Venters. 2 of 7 shooting. They feed the post again. Eric Strupp, he's been impressive tonight. Backing down Mac Anderson. Shot clock goes to 10. Anderson whistled for his 4th foul. With 8:27 remaining, 2 free throws will come, and Josh Bannon will check back in. So Anderson's had rough go from a foul standpoint. No, the fouls per minute rate for Mack in his Grizzly career have been frequent, but his last game he fouled out in 7 minutes against Gonzaga, and tonight he has 4 fouls in 7 minutes of game action as well. Free throws will come from Dane Erikstrup, 9 points, 5 rebounds for the sophomore. It's tough to compare. First double-double, yes, it came against Northwest Indian College, but he had 21 points and 11 rebounds. His role has continued to pick up, and he's played some good minutes tonight where Ethan Price has been out. I've seen a lot of Erikstrup as Grizz will try and straddle the media timeout, give their starters an extended breather before the 8-minute media stoppage. Erikstrup's free throw good, and it's 63-60. 8:27 to go. Two teams with 6 non-conference wins looking to begin 1-0 in the league. Grizz have done it 7 times in the last 8 years under Travis DeCure. Martin throws it in the corner to Vasquez, who bounced it in to Bannon. Bannon drop step from the right side, everything but the finish. Erikstrup his 6th rebound, and here comes Eastern. The chance to pull within 1 or potentially tie the game. Allegri at the foul stripe gets Vasquez in the air, and Allegri spun it too hard, but Erikstrup's putback is good, and it's a 1-point game. 63-62 with 7:45 to go. Moody on the right side. Good pass inside to Bannon. Bannon goes to work 3 feet away. Missed the shot. Gets his own miss. Puts it back. Counted +1. A huge 3-point opportunity on the way for Josh Bannon as the Grizz maintain the lead. 7:38 to go. They lead it by 3. This is Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield and on ESPN+.
At Blackfoot Communications, we work 24/7 to provide our...
The person you present to the world doesn't always feel like the real you. And by turning to drugs and alcohol to cope or pretending like you're fine doesn't make those feelings go away. If you feel depressed, anxious, or just off, talk to someone about it. Get help at talkheals.org.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase every way. That makes you the hero of every purchase. What's in your wallet?
New customers get our best deals on all smartphones.
That's right.
But what if I'm already a customer?
Oh, no problem. Hey, Cam.
Oh, same deal.
Yeah, it's kind of our thing.
What if I'm new to AT&T?
Cam, can...
Nice.
Hey, but what about for existing
Same
customers?
deal.
Is he okay? At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone. Get up to $1,000 off on our most popular smartphones with eligible trade-in.
International flavors all so different. Original chicken so magnificent. There is really no equivalent. Unrival all 3. BK, have it your way.
When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the 11th ticket free. I wonder what my 11th will be.
Hey, you're trash!
Living rent-free in a hockey player's head?
Or maybe just make some noise!
What's your 11th?
Josh Bannon has proved he can do it all in a Grizzly uniform, and on this possession, he truly did it all, from a couple of misses, getting his own misses, scoring it, getting fouled, and also handing out a couple of high fives to the home faithfuls, who welcome you back in. 7:38 remains. Grizzlies lead Eastern Washington 65-62. Josh Bannon is on serious triple-double watch alert. 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists for Montana, as the Grizzlies in this game have 15 assists on their 22 made buckets. And already a season high in makes and three-pointers attempted, 13 of 27. As the free throw not converted. Three-pointer on the other end is up and good from Ethan Price, and we're tied up at 65. 7th tie of this game. And Eastern's come all the way back. They were down by 7 a couple of different times. Moody around a screen, hits the deck. Ball goes to Josh Bannon. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's chippy here in Missoula. There was a contentious battle between the head coaches in the first half. It's been chippy with the players all game long. Come to expect that when Eastern and Montana saddle up against each other. And Bannon back to the line. He's 7 of 10 at the free throw line here tonight. 20 points already. Bends his knees. The first free throw is good. For Bannon during this run, he's led the team in scoring in 3 straight games. Averaged 23 points per contest, had a career-high 27 against North Dakota State. He's 1 rebound shy of his 4th double-double this year, and he only can make 1 out of 2. Rebounding Eastern with the Grizz leading by 1, 66-65. Allegri crosses over. He'll go left. Throw it to Coward. Coward to find Eric Strupp, who has been great here tonight. Good crossover. Dribble baseline. Eric Strupp scores it. And the Eagles lead it 67-66. Under 7 minutes to go. Brandon Whitney. Up top, outside Thomas. His three-pointer is good. And Montana with the answer. Thomas, his 4th made 3. That's a new season high. And the Grizz lead by 2. 69-67. Deshaun Thomas, 1 away from a new season high. What a game we have had to open up Big Sky play between 2 contenders for the league crown. Outside Coward thinking about the 3. He sends Lionel Martin flying, and it's an offensive foul. Cedric Coward called for. It's the 2nd charge that Lionel Martin has been able to draw in this game. And Martin will take a seat. The Grizz ready to roll on the offensive side. Martin stayed in the game on offense. Thomas will try a 3. This one would have been huge. Just left it short. Rebounded by the Eagles. 6 minutes to go. 2-point lead for Montana. Angelo Allegri to the left side. Fadeaway jumper. He's fouled on the follow-through. 3rd foul on Deshaun Thomas. And Eastern will have a chance to tie up the game at the free throw line. Deshaun picked up his 2nd foul with 8 minutes to go in the first half. He's avoided his 3rd until now, but it will send Angelo Allegri to the line. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for Allegri. Eastern's had 6 players score 8 points or more. First free throw is up and good. Get another peek at that exchange. It was just on the follow-through from Thomas. 2nd free throw good. We are all tied up at 69. 5:50 to go. 8th tie of the game. Moody finds Brandon Whitney, crosses over down the middle of the paint. Whitney surveys to the right side of the floor. Thomas. Deshaun, 4 threes already for him tonight. Gets the ball back, now at the free throw line. Deshaun, step back jumper is silky smooth. And Deshaun Thomas, a new season high. He has 18 points, and the Grizz lead 71-69. Allegri drops it off down low. Coward, he's got the answer. 71-71 with 5:15 to go. Sure has the feel that the team that has it last might be the team that wins the game. Whitney to Thomas on the left side. Looks to bounce it to Bannon. Double team. Looks to come on Bannon. He gets it back now. Shot clock to 10. Outside Whitney. Right wing 3. This one a little bit too strong. Rebounded by Allegri. Here come the Eagles. 71 apiece with under 5 minutes to go. What a game. And a touch foul on Montana. That's going to be the 3rd on Brandon Whitney, but maybe more importantly, the 7th team foul. So 1 and 1 will come. And a timeout will be taken by the Grizzlies with 4:44 remaining. And we will keep it right here and take a look at the Providence scoreboard. On the women's side of things, the Lady Grizz are 52 seconds away from securing the first win. They're up 76-64 on Eastern Washington. On the men's side of things, getting down to the wire. All three games outside of Missoula in the final 3 minutes. Montana State beating Idaho by 11. Idaho State is blowing out Northern Arizona 75-49. And Weber State on top of Northern Colorado 69-62. That game with 2 minutes left to go. But we said it coming into the broadcast, and it still reigns true. This is the premier matchup on opening night in Big Sky play. The decade of dominance, the top two in the Big Sky in wins. Both programs have hung 5 different banners over the last 8 years. That's, of course, the time that Travis DeCuire has been here in Missoula. Two teams that feel that they are the top contenders to Montana State for the Big Sky crown. And both have played well in the month of December. Montana 3-1 in December. Eastern Washington 4-2. It's been a game that's had 8 ties, 12 lead changes. And with 4:44 remaining, it's fitting that we're all tied up at 71. Travis DeCuire used a timeout. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining with 4:44 on the clock. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be Dane Erickstrup at the line. Erickstrup, 15 points and 7 rebounds off of the bench. It's a 1-and-1, and the 41% free throw shooter knocks it down. How about that? Erickstrup tonight, 8 of 9 at the line. After struggling all season. Second one good, and the Eagles lead at 73-71. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go from Missoula. Jackson Knapp in the game. He played big minutes down the stretch against Gonzaga. Whitney has the first step, runs into a couple trees. Outside Bannon, he's got an open 3 from the right wing. It's too strong, and a foul called on Jackson Knapp on the rebound. It's going to be number 4. And unfortunately, for Montana, they will walk the other end to shoot these free throws. You get that sense that the momentum, everything in this game starting to turn. And give credit to Eastern Washington. They have been able to withstand a couple of scoring sprees from Montana. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good from Coward. The lead back to 3 for the Eagles, and this one would make it a 2-possession advantage as we enter crunch time. And that's exactly what Coward does. 12 points for him, and the contributors for Eastern have been phenomenal tonight. Coward and Erickstrup both off the bench. 75-71 Eagles. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Bannon in a must-score possession for Montana. Backs his way down, drops it off, gets fouled, and will go to the line for 2. Ethan Price commits his 3rd foul, and Bannon will toe the line, where he's been busy at the stripe. Just 8 of 12, though, at the line tonight. Look at the 2 bigs, banging bodies, the freshman of the year last year, and Ethan Price. A little too much contact with Josh Bannon, the all-Big Sky performer, who's led Montana in scoring 3 straight games. 1 rebound away from his 4th double-double of the year. First free throw is good. Montana back within 3. 4:08 remaining. Foul trouble for the Grizz. Knapp and Anderson each with 4. Whitney and Thomas each with 3. Bannon the lefty. 3 dribbles. Bends his knees in the second free throw. Good. Makes it a 75-73 game as Lonell Martin Jr. will sub in for Jackson Knapp and really expect these 6 to be on the floor at the end. Knapp and Martin substituting, maybe some offense for defense. 75-73, we've got 4 minutes to go from Missoula. And Angelo Allegri on the right side will give it to Cedric Coward. Coward in double-figure scoring for the 5th time this season, 3rd game in a row. Venners backing down Brandon Whitney. Good contest from Whitney, but Steele Venners scores it anyway. And he's in double figures now with 10. It's 77-73. 3:37 remaining. These Grizzlies do not lose very much here at home, especially in Big Sky play. Bannon, they go to him again. Outside Moody, back to Bannon. Josh with 12 to shoot, looks for a wide open Thomas. In the corner, they will find Lonell Martin. Back to Brandon Whitney. Whitney creates. Outside Bannon. Shot fake. 3 to shoot. Bannon underneath. Drops it off to Deshaun Thomas, who lays it in. And Montana within a deuce. 77-75 with 3:05 remaining. It's crunch time in Big Sky play, and a late whistle on Montana will bring us to a timeout. 3:03 to go. Eastern Washington leads the Grizz 77-75. We'll be back to Missoula in a moment. This is Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield and on ESPN+.
There's this place where you can play out of
BMW, Freightliner, Ford, and many more of the world's leading brands hire Universal Technical Institute grads. And now we're expanding to new industries. Since 1965, UTI has become known for its training in fields like auto, diesel, and welding. And with new programs coming in fields like aviation maintenance, HVACR, and wind energy, you can get more. Don't wait. Now's
New customers get our best deals on all smartphones.
That's right. But what if I'm already a customer?
Oh, no problem. Hey, Cam.
Oh,
Same deal.
yeah. It's kind of our thing.
What if I'm new to AT&T?
Cam, can...
Nice.
Hey, but what about for existing
Same
customers?
deal.
Is he okay? At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone. Get up to $1,000 off on our most popular smartphones with eligible trade-in.
Let me know the final. When hunger strikes during a Grizz game, get your favorites delivered right to your door and never miss a moment with McDelivery from McDonald's. 3:03 to go from Missoula. We've had a great conference opener between Montana and Eastern Washington. Eastern won all 3 meetings 2 years ago. The Grizz swept the season series last year. Eastern leads it by 2. We have had 9 ties and 14 lead changes out of the timeout. Allegri gets the kind roll. The Eagles are 25 for 28 at the free throw line this evening. Montana, 11 of 17. Second free throw, good. Eagles have been nails at the line. They lead by 2 possessions, 79-75. Lonell Martin Jr. up top. The Grizzlies have all 5 of their starters on the floor. Relied on them heavily here during this December run. Bannon with 23 points this evening. Looks to back down Ethan Price. Throws to the wing. And Lonell Martin back with 8 to shoot. Bannon going to work. Outside Thomas right up top for 3. Missed it off the left side of the rim and rebounded by Cedric Coward of Eastern. Big miss, which forces maybe a must-stop possession for the Grizz. Allegri circles it to the corner. Dane Erikstra backing down Deshaun Thomas. 12 to shoot. Erikstra cut off. Kicks outside Allegri. Allegri, the lefty, hoists up from the right wing. Halfway down and popped out. The 10th rebound for Josh Bannon and his 4th double-double of the season. Gives Montana the ball in the front court, down 4. 2:03 to go. Lonell Martin Jr. will find Josh Bannon. Now Brandon Whitney, who's been quiet tonight. Just 3 points, saddled with foul trouble, and a foul whistled on Coward. Tried to jump that pass, and that's the 7th team foul on Eastern, and provides the opportunity for Montana to score at the free throw line with the clock stopped. Both teams' largest lead came at 7. 14 lead changes, 9 ties. The Grizz are certainly hoping they can force yet another lead change as Mac Anderson will come in for Deshaun Thomas. Final score from Cheney, 81-70. The Lady Grizz start off 1-0. Big win. They will take on Idaho Saturday afternoon. Bannon, front end of a massive 1-1 is good. And it's back to a 3-point game at 79-76. Bannon with 24 points, 10 rebounds and 6 assists. Bannon's second. Just popped out. The quietest this place had gotten tonight, and to hear the groan from a couple thousand Grizzly fans. 1:45 to go. Grizz down by 3. Coward has to go one-on-one with Lionel Martin Jr. Outside to Eric Strupp. Beyond the perimeter, Ethan Price, the big fella for 3 from the left wing. No. Fight for the rebound goes to Eric Strupp. Back to Price, attacks the rim, gets fouled, counted and 1. And Eastern leads by 5 with 90 seconds to go, and Mac Anderson is fouled out of this game. So Mac fouls out in 8 minutes of game action. 90 seconds to go. And Ethan Price is in double figures. The Eagles have 6 players that are in double figure scoring tonight. That balance has been so hard to defend. 4 starters to go along with Coward and Eric Strupp. Free throw good, and the Grizz are on the ropes, down by 6. 82-76. Brandon Whitney tries to attack the rim. Back it out from the right elbow, lost the handle, goes up, partially blocked. Ball chased down in the corner, out of bounds, last touch by the Eagles. Stay with Montana. All the games have gone final. The only one left is this one with 76 seconds remaining. Grizz need a couple of things to go their way to avoid falling to 0-1 and losing their home opener in league play. Lionel Martin will get it into Josh Bannon. Approaching 1 minute to go. Bannon's been the man of the night. He attacks the rim, gets his shot partially blocked. Rebounded by Eastern, and the Eagles can take off as much time as they want, and the Grizz are going to have to decide if and when they foul with under 1 minute to go. 6-point lead for the Eagles. Backing it out is Tyrese Davis. Eastern has gotten it done at the free throw line tonight. The ball is loose on the left side of the floor, and a timeout for the Eagles comes with 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock and 47 seconds remaining in the game. 82-76. Eagles have the lead. It will be a full timeout used by David Riley. Sweet Pea Sewer and Septic has been serving the greater Missoula area for more than 20 years and are the proud Septic Services member of the Grizz Home Team. Visit GrizzHomeTeam.com for more information about Sweet Pea Sewer and Septic. The Grizz down by 6 with 46 seconds left. The quest for a championship. Montana looking for their first in a 4-year span. And there was a big moment right there. That might be the play of this game where the Eagles got an offensive rebound. They shuffled it right to Ethan Price. To add insult to injury, was an and-one opportunity. Ethan Price converted the 3-point play. And in a game that has been so close, back and forth between these two, it's those plays late. Eastern has made 6 of their last 8 shots. The Eagles are shooting nearly 50% from the floor. The difference tonight, the free throw line. Eastern Washington 27 for 30 at the line. The Grizzlies 12 of 19. Montana has countered that with a season high and the most threes that they have made against a Division I opponent in nearly 4 years. As they have made 14 threes, 14 of 32, but they're going to need some more if they are going to come back down 6 with 46 seconds to go. Eastern will inbound to the left of their basket. It will be Tyrese Davis doing the honors. They go inside. Shot missed by Allegri, and a foul called on Allegri on the rebound. So this will create an interesting dilemma as the Grizz will walk down to the other end. It will be a 1-and-1. If they make both, it'll start the foul game back and forth. And it'll be Anan Moody shooting a 1-and-1. It's 1 of 3 at the stripe today. Anan has 15 points. His first free throw is good. So after Anan Moody got his feet wet with the first 2 games of the season, he has now scored 13 or more points in 8 straight games for the Grizzlies. It's been a revelation after being a role player at Southern Utah and for the better part of his 3-year career at North Dakota. He's been thrust into the spotlight here in Missoula, and he's known what to do with it. As he makes the second free throw, and Travis DeCuire will use one of his 2 remaining timeouts with 44 seconds to go. It's a 4-point game at 82-78. Better Body Fitness is Montana's #1 provider of premium fitness equipment. Visit our store across from the AMC Theater at Southgate Mall. Better Body Fitness is Missoula's best place to get home exercise equipment. Travis DeCuire drawing one up right now. These 2 teams are going to be contenders down the road. They actually have the quickest turnaround in Big Sky play, and by turnaround meaning that they will play both of their season meetings before the Grizz will actually take on some opponents for the first time. They will meet in 18 days on a Monday night in Cheney. The Grizzlies only have 2 Monday games on their calendar this year, and they both will come in trips west of Missoula. They'll play on a Monday at Eastern Washington, then they'll close out the regular season playing on a Monday in Moscow, Idaho. If you check the Providence scoreboard, Idaho falls to Montana State tonight, and the Vandals will be coming here at 2 o'clock start on Saturday. 82-78. They will inbound it to Price. Price will go to the rim, rock it down, and the Eagles drew that up, lead by 6. And Travis DeCuire is going to use his timeout. A breakdown for the Grizz, and comes at a bad time as Ethan Price slams it down. That might be the exclamation point. With 41 seconds to go, Ethan Price with 13 points. The Eagles have been so balanced tonight with 6 different players in double figures. For Montana, they've had 3 players do most of the heavy lifting. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists from Josh Bannon, 20 more points from Deshaun Thomas. That's a season high for Deshaun, and one off his career high that he had when he was at Colorado State. 17 points from Auden Moody, but it's been a game where Brandon Whitney was just never able to get in a rhythm. 2 first-half fouls, never got on the offensive flow. Defensively, so solid against Steele Venners, and that's left an imprint. Steele Venners just 10 points, which is below his season average, and Venners has not made a 3. 0 of 4, but that stretch late in the first half without Brandon Whitney, that hurt Montana, and then give Eastern credit. Late stages as Brandon Whitney out of the timeout, attacks the rim, lays it up, and good. So it's a 4-point game, 34 seconds left, 84-80. Whitney now with 5. Ball loose in the backcourt. Grizzlies diving on the floor. Josh Bannon will call the timeout. There's only one issue. Montana has no more timeouts remaining. So it's a technical foul. The Grizz will get 30 seconds to talk about it. So the old Chris Webber play comes into effect here. Montana with a great effort play on the defensive side. And first instinct is to call a timeout to try and save possession. The only problem, Montana didn't have any remaining. So what should happen here is that Eastern Washington will go down and shoot free throws, and then Montana will get the basketball back with 30 seconds remaining, down by 4. And 95% of the time, Coach DeCuire leaves a timeout. And before Steele Venners goes to the line, for our radio audience, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Montana Grizzly basketball from Learfield. Okay. And the free throw from Steele Venners is good, makes it a 5-point game at 85-80. Regardless of how this game ends up, this has just not been the quality or style of defensive game that Coach DeCuire would prefer. Now, it hurts also when your opponent goes 29 for 32 at the free throw line, and that's exactly what the Eagles have done. Cashing in on all those trips. So the Grizz down by 6, they have the ball. Vasquez to the left side of the floor. They need a three. Moody contested three. Rims out. Bannon tried for the rebound. Instead, he'll bat it out of bounds, and fate will start setting in for the Grizzlies. With 21 seconds to go, it's 86-80. Thomas comes out. A couple of offense for defense substitutions. Eastern does have a timeout. They will give it to Allegri. And a foul called will go down to the other end. So the Grizz riding high with momentum this entire month of December. Face a little bit of adversity now with Eastern Washington. A team that absolutely a contender to win the crown, just didn't know the pieces they would have in place around the core three of Allegri, Price, and Venters, the three returning starters. But look at Cedric Coward, Tyrese Davis, Casey Jones, the emergence of him, and Dane Erickstrup. This Eastern team has all the pieces in place. They will be a contender. It'll be interesting to see how they do in Bozeman on Saturday. 1 out of 2 for Allegri, 7-point game. Whitney looks to attack the rim, falls down to the ground, kicks to Vasquez in the corner. 10 seconds left. Here's Martin, deep three, airballed everything, out of bounds. And it will be Eastern ball, and the Eagles are going to come into Missoula and pick up a victory. As the fans head for the exits, the Eagles will dribble this thing out. And it's going to be Eastern Washington that starts out 1-0 in Big Sky play. Final score tonight, 87-80.